In this footage, several Russian soldiers are advancing in a UAZ vehicle when they encounter a mine. They appear to notice it, but instead of stopping or rerouting, they continue forward and drive over it. The detonation disables the vehicle, leaving it no longer operational. Despite the impact, the occupants appear to avoid injury, likely due to chance. The scene unfolds on the Lyman front, where Ukraine's Signum drone unit tracks a moving van along a frontline route. From above, the vehicle is identified and engaged in a precision FPV observation. As the situation develops, aerial monitoring continues over the route, ensuring no further movement goes unnoticed in the area. An African mercenary in Russian service is seen running in panic across open terrain, aware that a drone is tracking him from above. He reaches a fallen tree and dives behind it, pressing himself against the wood as if it might provide enough cover. From the air, the drone adjusts its angle, maintaining visual contact and closing the distance with steady control. The moment reflects the intense pressure faced in exposed areas, where natural cover often provides only limited concealment against aerial surveillance. The footage also points to a broader pattern, with reports indicating the presence of foreign recruits on this front, operating in high-risk positions with limited protection against drone monitoring. The scene unfolds in a contested frontline area, where Ukraine's Madyarsburg's FPV drone unit conducts precision aerial operations. From above, an observation drone is guided through a complex environment with obstacles including a fence line and nearby trees. The pilot carefully adjusts the flight path, navigating tight spaces while maintaining stable control. The drone avoids natural and man-made barriers, demonstrating precise low-altitude maneuvering. In the final approach, the FPV drone executes a controlled observation on the designated position. The war in Ukraine continues, and the Lyman sector remains heavily contested as of May 3, 2026. Ukrainian FPV drone units, including those operating in the area under formations such as the Signum Battalion, maintain persistent aerial surveillance over forest lines, open fields, and known movement corridors. This sustained presence of drones has significantly increased battlefield transparency. Movement across exposed terrain is frequently detected more quickly than in earlier phases of the war, and small infantry groups often operate with limited concealment options due to the density of aerial monitoring. Russian infantry activity in the area typically involves small unit movement, attempts to use natural cover such as tree lines or terrain depressions, and intermittent efforts to cross open ground or waterways. However, the prevalence of continuous drone reconnaissance reduces the likelihood of undetected movement. From a broader military perspective, the Lyman front illustrates how unmanned systems are reshaping battlefield awareness and forcing both sides to adapt tactics around constant aerial observation rather than traditional ground-level visibility. The scene unfolds from a frontline perspective, where a drone observes a small group of individuals in an exposed position. From above, the drone maintains steady surveillance as the group becomes aware of its presence. In response, they appear to signal and stop movement, remaining in place under aerial observation. The drone continues to hover overhead, maintaining visual control of the situation. The footage highlights how drones are increasingly used not only for surveillance and operations, but also in situations involving surrender and control on the battlefield. The footage highlights ongoing air defense operations against unmanned aerial threats in May 2026. The scene unfolds during an air defense engagement, where Ukrainian forces detect an incoming aerial threat identified as a Garin 2 drone. From ground-based systems, tracking and interception procedures are activated as the approaches the defended airspace. A defensive response is carried out, resulting in the interception of the incoming drone. The next soldier is seen moving through the forest wearing anti-drone camouflage, attempting to reduce visibility from above. Despite this, he runs through the terrain under clear pressure, seemingly aware that detection is still possible. In another moment, a soldier tries to take cover behind a tree, but the concealment proves limited due to his position and height. The footage then shifts to multiple dot observation. Identified from the air, including a vehicle carrying supplies, a satellite communication antenna, and a ground-based delivery drone. Later sequences show additional vehicles located in the Lyman area, along with continued aerial monitoring of movement around them. Reports from the same day also indicate that several drones were .inter during ongoing operations. March 5, 2026. We begin today's segment with FPV drone monitoring over an open field where 3 individuals were observed moving across exposed terrain. The aerial unit maintained continuous tracking, capturing their movement in real time as they crossed the area. The footage reflects ongoing helicopter-based combat support activity during May 2026. The scene unfolds from a Ukrainian combat helicopter mission, as pilot Nesko releases footage from an operational flight. The aircraft is shown operating over an active frontline area, conducting aerial patrol and support tasks. From the cockpit perspective, the mission highlights coordinated air operations in a contested environment. The scene unfolds in Stepnohursk on the Zaporizhzhia axis, where Ukrainian Air Force units conduct strikes on high-rise structures identified as operational positions. From above, urban buildings are observed as active strongpoints within the contested area. Precision observation are carried out on selected observation to disrupt their use within residential structures. The footage highlights ongoing aerial operations in urban combat conditions during May 2026. The scene unfolds in an unspecified frontline area, where Ukrainian FPV drones are operating over open terrain. From above, Russian infantry movement is detected as drones maintain continuous aerial surveillance. FPV units quickly adjust their flight paths and engage identified objectives with precision. Multiple drone passes are observed as operators track movement across the area in real time. The footage highlights the use of FPV systems for rapid detection and response in active battlefield conditions. The scene unfolds in a frontline area, where Ukrainian FPV drone units track a Russian logistics truck moving along an operational route. From above, the vehicle is identified as carrying military supplies while traveling through exposed terrain. The FPV drone maintains steady tracking and closes in on the moving observation. A precise engagement is carried out on the truck, disrupting its movement on the route. Recon drone of Ukraine's 127th Heavy Mech Brigade captured an excellent view of a Russian Molniya drone being brought down from the sky by a Ukrainian interceptor. The footage clearly shows the moment of interception, highlighting the effectiveness of air defense coordination in countering opposing UAV threats. This engagement reflects the growing intensity of drone-on-drone warfare, where both sides actively track and neutralize aerial assets in real time. Footage captures reported FPV drone activity involving the Ararat unit during aerial surveillance over an open area. A single individual is observed moving across exposed terrain while being continuously tracked by an unmanned aerial system. The drone maintains steady visual contact, following movement across clear ground with no visible cover or concealment in the immediate surroundings. The subject remains under consistent aerial observation as the system records movement in real time. The sequence reflects ongoing use of FPV platforms for close-range monitoring in field conditions, where movement can be tracked across open terrain with sustained visibility from above. The scene unfolds in the Kostiantynivka direction of Donetsk Oblast, where drone operators monitor activity along a suspected supply route. From above, unmanned ground vehicles are identified moving along the route, likely supporting frontline logistics operations. The drone maintains steady surveillance, tracking multiple vehicles as they move across the area. After confirming the observation, coordinated aerial action is carried out against the unmanned systems. Several vehicles are impacted along the route, disrupting movement within the monitored corridor. The drone remains overhead, continuing to observe the area for any further activity. The footage highlights the role of aerial surveillance in detecting and responding to supply movement using unmanned systems. Reports from the Vovchansk direction indicate that Ukraine's 57th Motorized Brigade Artillery Recon Unit Ares carried out coordinated operations in areas associated with reported Russian positions. The activity was focused on previously identified military equipment and logistics points. According to the available footage and accompanying reports, a range of assets including a self-propelled artillery system, multiple artillery pieces, and an ammunition storage location were among the sites affected during the engagement. Limited infantry presence in the area was also observed in the same operational zone. The sequence highlights sustained reconnaissance and artillery coordination efforts, with repeated attention on equipment placements and fortified positions across the sector. Overall, the material reflects ongoing battlefield monitoring and reported operational activity in the Vovchansk direction, where multiple military assets were impacted during the course of the engagement. Footage attributed to Ukraine's Baroque Sky unit shows cross-border aerial activity over reported positions inside Russian territory. The sequence captures sustained drone movement over structured sites identified as operational and logistical areas. The aerial feed indicates observation and engagement of multiple assets, including an electronic warfare antenna, light transport vehicles, and storage or shelter structures positioned within the area. The footage shows these locations being tracked in real time as the drone maintains steady overhead coverage. The operation reflects continued use of unmanned aerial systems for reconnaissance and targeted disruption of equipment and infrastructure in forward and cross-border zones, with a focus on mobility assets and communication-related installations. Overall, the material highlights ongoing drone-based activity involving surveillance and operational pressure on reported military positions across the border region.